Hi everyone, how are you? Last session lo we discussed about resume writing and నేను మీకు ప్రామిస్ చేశాను నెక్స్ట్ వీడియోలో ఐ విల్ డిస్కస్ అబౌట్ ఇంటర్వ్యూ స్కిల్స్. వాట్ ఈజ్ ఇంటర్వ్యూ? ఇంటర్వ్యూ ఇట్ సెల్ఫ్ ఈజ్ దట్ ఇంటర్వ్యూయింగ్ యూ, అంటే మీ గురించి వ్యూ చేయడం కోసం చేసే ప్రాసెస్ని ఇంటర్వ్యూయింగ్ అంటారు. చాలామందికి బిగ్ డెడ్ టెన్షన్ ఉంటుంది, ఇంటర్వ్యూ ఎలా చేయాలి, ఇంటర్వ్యూలో ఏం జరుగుతుంది, నేను ఏం చేయాలి ఏం చేయకూడదు, వాట్ ఆర్ డూస్ వాట్ ఆర్ డోంట్స్ ఆఫ్ ఇంటర్వ్యూ, అండ్ ఎన్ని రకాల ఇంటర్వ్యూస్ ఉంటాయి. దెర్ ఆర్ డిఫరెంట్ టైప్స్ ఆఫ్ ఇంటర్వ్యూస్. ఫస్ట్ వెరీ ఇంపార్టెంట్ థింగ్ ఇస్ దట్ మీరు మీ రెజ్యూమేతోనే ప్రిపేర్డ్ అయి ఉండాలా. ఆల్రెడీ మీ రెజ్యూమే వాళ్ళకి మీరు పంపించి ఉండాలా. సో దట్ ఈస్ వెరీ ఇంపార్టెంట్. అండ్ ఇప్పుడు లెట్ us get into the topic as soon as possible. Do not waste each other time. Come on, let us get into the next slide. That is a interview. What is an interview? An interview is a conversation between two or more people. ఒక ఇంటర్వ్యూ ఒక మనిషికి ఇంకొక మనిషి మధ్యలోనే కాదు, ఒక గ్రూప్ ఆఫ్ పీపుల్, ప్యానల్ మెంబర్స్ కూడా ఉంటారు కొన్ని ఇంటర్వ్యూస్లో మేబీ 2 మెంబర్స్ ఆర్ 3 మెంబర్స్ లేకపోతే 5 మెంబర్స్, ఇలా ఒక గ్రూప్ ఆఫ్ పీపుల్ ఆల్సో క్యాన్ టేక్ ఇంటర్వ్యూ ఆఫ్ అ person, the aspirant or the person who is going for the job. So the person who is taking interview is called as interviewer, and the person who is going to give interview is a interviewee. So when one person he asks some questions to the opposite person, అతని ఫస్ట్ ఎక్స్పెక్టేషన్స్ ఏముంటుంది, దట్ యూ షుడ్ బి ట్రూత్ఫుల్, అండ్ సెకండ్ ఈస్ దట్ యూ షుడ్ బి వెరీ క్లియర్ దట్ వాట్ యు ఆర్ టాకింగ్ ఆల్ అబౌట్. సో an interview is a conversation between two or more people where one person asks questions to elect information or opinion from another person. మీరు ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్ అయినా ఇవ్వచ్చు ఆర్ యువర్ ఒపీనియన్ ఆల్సో, బట్ మోస్ట్లీ ట్రై టు గివ్ అన్ ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్ ఓన్లీ in your interview. Interviews are typically used for a variety of purpose such as job, మేజర్లీ జాబే అనుకోండి. ఫస్ట్ ఆఫ్ ఆల్ ద జాబ్ గురించి అయినా లేకపోతే ఇంటర్వ్యూ ఆన్ రీసెర్చ్. ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ మీరు ఒక పిహెచ్డి చేద్దాం అనుకుంటున్నారు, లేకపోతే మీరు ఏదైనా రీసెర్చ్ వర్క్ చేద్దాం అనుకుంటున్నారు, యూ వాంట్ టు బికమ్ అ సైంటిస్ట్. సో వాట్ యూ విల్ గో విత్ అన్ రీసెర్చ్ ఇంటర్వ్యూ. నెక్స్ట్ వన్ ఈజ్ అ న్యూస్ ఇంటర్వ్యూ, and also like celebrity interviews like మీరు కొంతమందికి కొంత very big people are going to interview you or you are going to interview them. Mostly you will interview the big people. So the goal of an interview may vary depending on the context, but generally it is to gather information, your information or the opposite person's information, and assess qualifications or gain ఇన్సైట్ అంటే మీ గురించి తెలుసుకోవడం కోసం, అంటే మీ లోపల ఇన్సైట్ చేస్తారంటే వాట్ కైండ్ ఆఫ్ పర్సన్ యు ఆర్, what kind of skill do you have, or what kind of talent do you have will be understood by the person who is taking your interview. Next one is that into a particular topic or a individual. The interview can be conducted in person, over a phone. So in person ante you will take your resume, go to the office, attend your interview. Or example, if you are not reachable to them or they are not reachable, the company the manager ఎవరైతే మీ ఇంటర్వ్యూ తీసుకుంటున్నారో ఆయన ఒకవేళ he is not near to your place or you are not near to his place and there is no chance, మీరు కలవడానికి ఛాన్సెస్ లేదు అని అంటే మేబీ the interview can go telephonic also. So that is called the over the phone interview or through video conferences. Nowadays it is big in trend, that is the video interviews అవుతున్నాయి. or else you can record your interview and send it to the opposite person. You can go to a Zoom link, Google Meet link, చాలా already you have an idea of these kind of links. ఈ లింక్స్ లోపల మీకు వాళ్ళు లింక్స్ పంపిస్తారు and you have to be prepared for that. ఆ ప్రిపరేషన్ ఏంటి, ఎలా ఉండాలి టెలిఫోనిక్ ఇంటర్వ్యూలో అండ్ వీడియో ఇంటర్వ్యూలో అన్నది ఐఎమ్ ప్రామిసింగ్ యూ ఫర్ ద నెక్స్ట్ సెషన్. 100% in next session you will understand that what is telephonic interview and what is video interview. దీంట్లో మీరు ఎలా బిహేవ్ చేయాలి, what should be your body language, what kind of answers should be given and what kind of answers should not be given, what should be your body language when you are going for a video interview, or what kind of tone you should follow when you are going in a telephonic interview అన్నది నేను మీకు నెక్స్ట్ వీడియో సెషన్లో ఎక్స్ప్లెయిన్ చేస్తాను. టుడే we will only discuss about an in-person interview. Okay, let us get into the next slide. We already discussed job interviews, research interview, informational interview, and behavioral interview. Now, what is job interview? Let us go back once again towards the slide. That is types of interviews. Job interview. Exam question will be how many types of interview? Brief one. You just try to select on the job interview or research interview, because these are the best options you can click on. You can write on. And informational interview can be on some kind of research work, can be on some kind of further, like for example, you're writing some report on something. Alantappudu you can go with informational interview, but it is a big research process also. సో జాబ్ ఇంటర్వ్యూ ఆర్ రీసెర్చ్ ఇంటర్వ్యూ మీద మీరు ఎక్కువ ఫోకస్ చేయడానికి ట్రై చేయండి. ఓకే, వెన్ యూఆర్ రైటింగ్ ఇన్ యువర్ ఎగ్జామినేషన్స్. ఇఫ్ యూఆర్ నాట్ దట్, జస్ట్ ఒక ఐడియా పెట్టేసుకోండి. దట్ ఈస్ జాబ్ ఇంటర్వ్యూ, రీసెర్చ్ ఇంటర్వ్యూ, ఇన్ఫర్మేషనల్ ఇంటర్వ్యూ అండ్ బిహేవియర్ ఇంటర్వ్యూ. సో జాబ్ ఇంటర్వ్యూ, ఇన్ పర్సన్ ఇంటర్వ్యూ గురించి డిస్కస్ చేస్తున్నాము. A job interview is a type of interview where a candidate is evaluated for a job position based on their qualifications. First, very important thing, based on their qualifications. Second is about their skills and experiences. What is the qualification of the person? A person qualification related a job untundi mostly 90%. 10% maybe some word changes are there, because the expectations are not like ఇదే ఇలాగే జరగాలి అన్నది రూల్ లేదు. సో దెర్ మే బీ. నెక్స్ట్ వన్ ఈజ్ అబౌట్ దర్ స్కిల్స్. కొన్ని జాబ్స్ ఓన్లీ డిపెండెడ్ ఆన్ ద స్కిల్. a person who is very good in something, like for example art and craft lo unnaru, lekapothe he is very good in writing calligraphies, or he is very good in writing reports. So ilanti skills meeda kuda konni interviews untayi. The purpose of a job interview is for the employer to assess the candidate suitability for the position and for the candidates to learn more about the company and the role that they are going to applying for. It means that manam interview eppudaithe istunamo, the first important thing the person has to know is that meer company ki em cheyagalaru, and second one is that manaku evaraithe interview teeskuntunnaro vallu first thing expectation from your end is that mee qualification is suitable for the job or not. The interview can take in many forms, that is including one-to-one. One-to-one అన్నది mostly we have seen in movies, especially మూవీస్లో చూపిస్తారు. లైక్ 1-to-1 మీన్స్ లేకపోతే ఒక గ్రూప్లో కూడా ఉంటుంది ఒక ఇంటర్వ్యూ. బట్ మోస్ట్ ఆఫ్ అస్ హ్యావ్ సీన్ ద 1-to-1 ఇంటర్వ్యూస్ ఓన్లీ. దాంట్లో మంచి డ్రెస్సింగ్ ఉంటుంది. ఎస్, గ్రూమింగ్ ఈజ్ వెరీ ఇంపార్టెంట్ వెన్ యూఆర్ గోయింగ్ ఫర్ అన్ ఇంటర్వ్యూ. సెకండ్ వన్ ఈజ్ దట్ మీ రెజ్యూమే. ఫస్ట్ మేజర్ అంటే రెజ్యూమేనే, సెకండ్ ఈజ్ యువర్ గ్రూమింగ్. గ్రూమింగ్ సెకండ్ కదా అనేసి లేదు, బట్ గ్రూమింగ్ ఈజ్ ఆల్సో వెరీ ఇంపార్టెంట్. 1-to-1 ఇంటర్వ్యూలో ద పర్సన్ విల్ బీ ఆస్కింగ్ క్వశ్చన్స్ అండ్ యూ విల్ బీ ద పర్సన్ హూ విల్ బీ గివింగ్ ఆన్సర్స్. బట్ ఆన్సర్స్ ఎలా ఉండాలి? ఇఫ్ ద అపోజిట్ పర్సన్ ఈజ్ ఆస్కింగ్ సమ్ క్వశ్చన్ టు యూ, ద ఆన్సర్ షుడ్ సూటబుల్ టు ద క్వశ్చన్ ఇట్ సెల్ఫ్. యూ షుడ్ నాట్ స్పీక్ సంథింగ్ ఎల్స్. అక్కడ ఇక్కడ విషయాలు ఎలాంటి డిస్కషన్స్ ఉండొద్దు. నెక్స్ట్ వన్ ఈజ్ గ్రూప్ ఇంటర్వ్యూ ఆర్ ప్యానల్ ఇంటర్వ్యూ. Candidates should prepare by researching the company. Okay, general example I am telling you. It's very interesting also. You will get interest in this. Adentante, when you are going for any company, meeku aa company gurinchi oka knowledge undala. What kind of company you are going into, and a company background enti, and how do the company has upcome, or you should have a good impression on the company. If you are not knowing anything but you are impressed by the company, it's also important. ఈ రెండు విషయాలు మీకు క్లియర్గా తెలిసి ఉండాలి. ఇది తెలియకుండానే యూ గో టు ద కంపెనీ, యూ ఆర్ గివింగ్ యువర్ ఇంటర్వ్యూ, యూ విల్ నాట్ హ్యావ్ దట్ గెస్చర్ టువర్డ్స్ ద కంపెనీ. ఇట్ మీన్స్ దట్ మీ బాడీ లాంగ్వేజ్ అంత పాజిటివ్గా చూపించదు. వెన్ యూ హ్యావ్ అ గుడ్ ఇంప్రెషన్ ఆన్ సమ్ ఆర్గనైజేషన్, immediately it shows on your face, it shows on your behavior, it shows on the way how you sit in front of them. So అందుకనేసి ఎప్పుడు ఏ కంపెనీకి వెళ్ళినా just know about the company, where you are going, what is the background or history, or what is the upgrading of the company, what is the company doing right now, and what is its stage today in the market. Okay, Next one is should know about the company and then practicing potential interview questions. ఎగ్జాంపుల్ ఏంటంటే ఒక ఇంటర్వ్యూకి వెళ్ళే ముందు వాళ్ళు ఏమేమి క్వశ్చన్స్ అడుగుతారు, మేజర్లీ ఏమేమి క్వశ్చన్స్ అడుగుతారో ఒక లిస్ట్ అవుట్ చేయండి. లిస్ట్ అవుట్ ఇన్ ద సెన్స్ ఒక 10 క్వశ్చన్స్ లిస్ట్ అవుట్ చేయండి. చేసేసి దానికి ఆన్సర్స్ మీరు సెల్ఫ్గానే ఇచ్చేయండి. దట్ వన్ టిప్ ఐ కెన్ గివ్ యూ. I have many tips for you. You can look at further. So first tip అయితే just make a list of questions they may ask you and you have to answer. Next one is the candidate should prepare themselves with the questions what the company is going to ask, then practice potential interview questions and dressing professionally. Dressing professionally enduku because if you are going for any organization, you when you will be an employee of that organization, you represent the organization, right? సో ఇట్ మీన్స్ దట్ మీరు ఆ ఆర్గనైజేషన్లో వర్క్ చేయడానికి వెళ్ళేటప్పుడు మీ డ్రెస్సింగ్ సెన్స్ ఎలా ఉంది. ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ వెరీ లిటిల్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ ఐఎమ్ టెలింగ్ యూ, యు ఆర్ గోయింగ్ ఫర్ అ టీచర్ జాబ్. వాట్ కైండ్ ఆఫ్ డ్రెస్సింగ్ యూ కెన్ ఫాలో అప్? ఇఫ్ యు ఆర్ అ లేడీ, అ సారీ mostly, or a dress which should be properly good in looks and condition. And if you are a male, a formal dress with a tucked shirt and a formal shoe. Grooming plays very important role. అలా వెళ్తే యూ విల్ లుక్ ప్రొఫెషనల్, ఎందుకంటే యూ ఆర్ అ గుడ్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ టు ద స్టూడెంట్స్ దేర్. అప్పుడు మీ ఇంటర్వ్యూ ఒక 30% అక్కడే క్లోజ్, ఇట్ ఈస్ డన్, యూ పాస్డ్ అవుట్. అలా కాకుండా మీరు అక్కడికి టీచర్ ఇంటర్వ్యూకి ఫంకీ స్టైల్గా ఏదో నా దగ్గర ఉంది కదా అని ఏదో ఒక మంచి వెస్ట్రన్ డ్రెస్ విత్ సంథింగ్ విచ్ ఈస్ వెరీ మచ్ ఎక్స్పోజింగ్ వేసుకొని వెళ్తే డెఫినెట్లీ యూ విల్ నాట్ బీ సెలెక్టెడ్. డెఫినెట్లీ యూ విల్ నాట్ బీ సెలెక్టెడ్ బికాజ్ మీరు ఆ ప్రొఫెషన్కి సూటబుల్ కాదు. ఇఫ్ యూ ఆర్ గోయింగ్ ఫర్ అ interview of movie star or something like which is of social media and entertainment, if you go in such a way, maybe you will be selected there, but here it is not entertained according to the profession. If you are going for a software company or if you are going for a management field, according to that field వాళ్ళ డ్రెస్సింగ్ ఎలాంటి వాళ్ళు ఎలా ఫాలో అవుతున్నారో అలానే ఫాలో అవ్వడానికి 100% ట్రై చేయండి. నెక్స్ట్ వన్ ఈజ్ ఎఫెక్టివ్ కమ్యూనికేషన్ స్కిల్స్, వెరీ ఇంపార్టెంట్. నౌ అగైన్ what is effective communication skills? You should be very good enough in answering the questions and also you should have a great listening skill. Again skill enti listening skill in the sense మీరు ఒకవేళ వాళ్ళు ఎదురున్న వాళ్ళు ఏదైనా చెప్తున్నారు మీరు వినలేకపోయినా you should try to ask them. That is good communication. And వాళ్ళు ఏం చెప్తున్నారో కాన్షియస్లీ వినడానికి ట్రై చేయడం, it is also good listening skill. It means that మీకు మీ మైండ్ ఈజ్ సౌండెడ్, యూ హ్యావ్ అ సౌండ్ మైండ్ అండ్ యూ హ్యావ్ అ గుడ్ ఎంథూసియాజం టు హ్యావ్ అ గ్రేట్ ఆపర్చునిటీ ఇన్ ద ఆర్గనైజేషన్. సో ఇది చాలా ఇంపార్టెంట్, కమ్యూనికేషన్ స్కిల్స్ అండ్ లిస్నింగ్ స్కిల్స్. అండ్ దెన్ నెక్స్ట్ వన్ ఈజ్ దట్ పాజిటివ్ యాటిట్యూడ్. Most of us have a not much good positive attitude when we are going to an organization. Like for example, what they will do, they may give me job or not, maybe they will give, may not be they will give, what should I do if they don't give? Don't think all such things. Keep your mind in a calm mode and make yourself positive and feel like yes, I will get if I am good enough and I am suitable to the organization. And second very important thing, have a good portfolio. Read the portfolio of the company, understand that what is the company stands for and how you can stand for the company as well. And మీ గ్రూమింగ్ కూడా ఒకసారి యూ కీప్ ఇట్ ఇన్ టు యువర్ మైండ్. అండ్ మీ రెజ్యూమే కూడా అకార్డింగ్ టు ద ఆర్గనైజేషన్ యూ హ్యావ్ టు డెవలప్, నాట్ లైక్ ఎనీథింగ్ యూ హ్యావ్ మేడ్ ఇట్ ఇన్ టు ద రెజ్యూమే అండ్ యూ ఆర్ టెలింగ్ దట్ మై రెజ్యూమే మే బీ సూటబుల్ ఫర్ ద ఆర్గనైజేషన్. నో, యూ హ్యావ్ టు రీడ్ అబౌట్ ద ఆర్గనైజేషన్, వాట్ ఆర్ ఆల్ రిక్వైర్మెంట్స్ ద ఆర్గనైజేషన్ నీడ్స్, దానికి అకార్డింగ్లీ యూ హ్యావ్ టు మేక్ యువర్ రెజ్యూమే. And next one is that your position can be always secured if you are briefing it and clearing to the person. Now, what is your position? What do you want to be there? Should be clearly briefed to the organization. Okay, so let us get into the next slide. Informational interview. We discussed just now, we just discussed about the job interviews. Next one is informational interview. And the third one is about the research interview. Let us get into the informational interview. An informational interview is a type of interview which a person seeks information and advices for someone who is knowledgeable about a particular industry or profession. ఇన్ఫర్మేషనల్ ఇంటర్వ్యూ అన్నది ఒక ఇండస్ట్రీకి రిలేటెడ్గా ఉంటుంది. అండ్ ఆల్సో హియర్ యూ విల్ గివ్ ద యూ విల్ టేక్ ద నాలెడ్జ్ అండ్ ఆల్సో యూ విల్ గివ్ ద opinion that what you can do further for the organization. The purpose of an informational interview is to learn more about a particular career path. That is, for example, if you are interested more about to go for a research work, or if you are not exactly research work, but if you want to do something innovative, for example, the company has invented a smartphone, you want to do make it more interesting into it. What is the information you want to put it into that? What kind of steps can be taken? What is the information you want to give to the company? And let them know that what can be the benefit to the company if they appoint you. మీకు తీసుకున్నాక ఆ కంపెనీకి ఎలా ఏ రకంగా మీరు కొత్తగా అప్గ్రేడ్ చేయగలరు, మీ నాలెడ్జ్ ఎలా యూస్ఫుల్ అవుతుంది అన్నది ఇన్ఫర్మేషనల్ ఇంటర్వ్యూలో యూ కెన్ డిస్కస్. It is often used to job seekers to gain insight in a company or field, but it can also be used by students, recent graduates. Okay, so students kaina, recent graduates kaina, or those considering a career change. Now these three important points. Now you will ask me, students ki interview enti? You're going for a big organization. For example, మీరు ఒక స్కూల్ నుంచి, నార్మల్ స్కూల్ నుంచి యూఆర్ గోయింగ్ టు అ బిగ్ యూనివర్సిటీ, ఆర్ చిన్న కాలేజ్ నుంచి యూఆర్ గోయింగ్ టు అ బిగ్ యూనివర్సిటీ. అక్కడ ఇన్ఫర్మేషనల్ ఇంటర్వ్యూ తీసుకుంటారు. ఇట్ మీన్స్ దట్ దే విల్ సీ దట్ ఈదర్ యు ఆర్ గుడ్ ఇన్ దట్, you can be fixed into the organization, you can be stable into the organization, or you suitable for the organization will be checked by the person. Next one is about the recent graduate. Means for example, ఒకతను ఒక గ్రాడ్యుయేషన్ కంప్లీట్ చేసేసి మళ్ళీ నెక్స్ట్ గ్రాడ్యుయేషన్కి, మీన్స్ నెక్స్ట్ డిగ్రీ ఆర్ నెక్స్ట్ మాస్టర్స్కి వెళ్దాం అనుకుంటున్నాడు. దెన్ దేర్ విల్ బి అన్ ఇన్ఫర్మేషనల్ ఇంటర్వ్యూ. ఆర్ ఎల్స్ ఇట్స్ దోస్ హూ వాంట్స్ టు చేంజ్ దేర్ కెరియర్. కెరియర్ ఇన్ ద సెన్స్, ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్, ఒక టీచరే జస్ట్ హీ ఈజ్ అ మ్యాథ్స్ టీచర్, ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ చెప్తాను. ఒక మ్యాథ్స్ టీచరే ఉన్నారు. హీ వాంట్స్ టు చేంజ్ హిస్ కెరియర్ టువర్డ్స్ ద సాఫ్ట్వేర్ ఫీల్డ్. So here he will get an informational interview where he can tell that what are all knowledge he have about the subject topic and all, or the computer skills and all. During the interviewer ask questions about the interviewee's experience and career path. Interviews experiences గురించి అడుగుతాడు అండ్ కెరియర్ పాత్. కెరియర్ పాత్ అంటే నువ్వు ఇంకా ముందుకు ఏం చేయాలనుకుంటున్నావు, వాట్ యు వాంట్ టు డూ will be asked in which interview? In informational interview. And next one is the interviewees offers advices and information about their industry or profession. మనకి ఇక్కడ ఇంటర్వ్యూ ఆర్ క్వశ్చన్స్ అడుగుతారు, ఇంటర్వ్యూఈస్ కూడా దే హ్యావ్ దేర్ ఓన్ ఒపీనియన్స్. అతను ఈ ఆర్గనైజేషన్కి ఎలా యూస్ఫుల్ ఉంటాడు అన్నది కూడా దేర్ విల్ బి అ గుడ్ డిస్కషన్ ఇన్ దిస్ interview. The goal of an informational interview is to build a professional knowledge, gain knowledge and potentials about the uncover job opportunities. Like for example, they can give an potential knowledge to them, and also an uncover knowledge means which they don't even know that this is also there, can be done by their end, and also about their job opportunities. What is the opportunity they are going to give into in the company can be explained in the informational interview. Let us get into the next slide. So this is a research interview. I have already told that those who are going for a research work, it is used. A research interview is a type of interview used in qualitative research to gather data from participants about their experiences, about their opinions and perspectives on a particular topic. Your opinions, your perspectives about the topic, or about your experiences about the topic can be explained in a research interview. The purpose of a research interview is to collect details and it means that you have to the person who is taking your research interview will be thinking that how much information do you have about the interview, about the research. So you have to collect some details about the research what you are going to talk about, and also um, and the research subject what you are talking all about, and the particular points about the interview. Like for example, now I am going for a research interview to organization or an institution, and the my research topic is about soft skills. Now, what are all points I can tell to him? What are all points I have gathered? What is the information into my mind, and what I am want to tell to him will be clearly told by my end to the opposite person, and the expectations of the opposite person is what more she can talk about. So that is there in a research interview. And the first very important thing is that research interviews are often used in social science, market research and medical research to explore attitudes, behaviors and opinions. Okay, the interviewers should establish the interviewer should establish a rap towards the person, means rapport means a relationship towards the person, and should be sensitive to the participants feelings. For example, when you are giving an interview, you should have a good relationship. What is that meaning? What is the meaning of having a good relationship? For example, now I am interviewing you and you are sitting in front of me. When you put a proposal in front of me about your research work or anything, the first very important thing is that I will look at you first. I will see your resume maybe, I will see the research proposal maybe, but how do you behave and how do you answer to my questions? There it builds our relationship, means a rapport among us, a good ideology about you and what you are expecting towards me can be understood. So it can be also called as a non-verbal communication among both of us. Okay, research interviews can be conducted in person, over the phone. Like example already we have discussed, that can be in person, can be over a phone call like telephonic interview, or video conferences. The data collected from research interview is often analyzed using the thematic analysis or discourse analysis to identify patterns and themes. So here the informational gathering through research interviews can provide valuable insights and help researchers better understand the topic being studied. It means that the researcher will mostly try to understand that what are all topics you are doing and what is your insight about the topic, and he will also better understand that what are all things you have done and what are all things you can do further for the research purpose, and then the interview can be successfully done. Most very important I am telling you that is that when you are giving an interview, you try to make yourself very comfortable, and second is that have a good relationship with the person, in the sense you should be good enough to talk to them, and also you should keep your mind, you should keep your ears very active whenever you are giving an answer, manageable towards the answers whatever you are giving, and also justified answers. Okay, let us get into the next slide. Behavior interview. A behavior interview is a type of job interview where the interviewer asks questions about past behaviors and experiences to assess the candidate's skills and suitability for the job. Behavior interview will be always taken to those people who have just left the job and want to work in another company. Maybe for example he is moving towards 2 to 3 company also. This behavior interview will be taken. Here they will ask their job experiences, why did they quit the job and all, but do not take it into a negative part. You can just justify yourself, you can brief them what is the reason, or else you can also talk about that what all things you can do for the company. So take it into that way. Okay, the purpose of a behavior interview is to understand how the candidate has handled various situations in the past, and to predict how they might handle similar situations in the future. How they might handle the similar situations in the future means in the same company, and how do they handle the past company, how did they worked in the past company, with that experiences how can he make the company upcome. Don't think like behavior interview is taken. Behavior interview is only taken to know that how much what kind of skill do you have, and what kind of things you can do further for the company, means how can you be flexible to the company. The question typically starts with tell me about a time when you was stuck in a project and it was not done successfully, kind of questions may be asked. For example, tell me if your team worker or your team member was unable to do the filing, what kind of support or what kind of steps you have taken. This kind of questions may be asked. So you do not feel like, yes, why did they ask this kind of questions. It is just for clearance that what kind of experience do you have and how you can be useful to the company further. Behavior interview can be used in a variety of industries and are often used for managements or leaderships or customer facing positions, etc. For example, customer facing situations means you are a person who deals up with the customers. Then they may see that what kind of behavior do you do if the same situation has happened into your company when your customer has done something which is not expected. Or example, if you have a big run towards your organization, and then how did you handle or manage things into your organization. Candidates should prepare for behavior interview by reviewing the job descriptions and identifying key competence and skills required for the role. What is the key competence for any organization? The major key competence is that good communication, and second one is that teamwork. If you have these two components into your mind, then the interview is 50% done. And the best way of good communication is to stay positive and be practical towards the things and answer the questions to potential questions or any questions, whatever are questions are given, try to answer them very clearly and brief them if they ask you to brief. Next one is a very important one, that is do's and don'ts of an interview. Let us get into the revision part once again. The interview is very important point which most of the questions, most of the people asked me, madam, what is interview, how to do an interview, how to crack an interview, how to get a good position in a company. Maybe your qualifications are good, maybe you have a great percentage in your paper, that is marks list, and but the very important thing the company seeks is that do you have a good communication, do you have a good behavior, do you have a good teamwork. So these are the things which the people are will try to see in your interview. And also, do you answer to the questions, whatever appropriate answers are given or not will be observed in your interview. Let us go to the do's first of all. Let us go to the positive parts and then let us get into the negative parts. The first very important do's are research the company. Already we have discussed, know about the company, where you are going, how do the company benefits to your profession or your education and all, and the position what they are going to give to you, and how can you justify the position, or else what you can learn in that position. You just be clear about it. Dress appropriately according to that organization. Be on time. I suggest be on time, and otherwise try to reach 5 minutes prior to the organization wherever you are going for an interview. Just sit down, have a glass of water, see the ambience or the surroundings, so that it will be comfortable to you to walk into the panel or walk into the room wherever you are going to give your interview. 5 minutes will help you to understand the ambience or understand the surroundings, and take a proper breath, and also look at your resumes. This 5 minutes will be very much beneficial. This is my tip personally. So be on time and be polite and professional to everyone to whom you are talking. Like for example, you are getting into you are in a hurry, you don't pull or push anyone like you are doing in the college or your schools. You don't do, but if in your hurry you are doing that by mistake, also politely excuse or be polite with the people around you, and also be professional. Wishing, saying thank you or thanksgiving or wishing is very important wherever you go. And during the interview, please be attentive enough, like keep your mind active and also your ears specially active. Listen carefully to the interviewer and the questions, and provide a sufficient answer to that, and also thoughtful answer to that. Next one is provide specific examples for your past experience to qualifications. It means that just for example, in few interviews maybe you have experienced, or may not be you have experienced, but they will ask you why you left your job. So what is the reason why you left the job, last work, why you have left? And the answer will be, maybe sometimes will not be acceptable to you. Maybe you feel like why she is asking or he is asking this question. It is very common nowadays that they want to know that what is the reason. So take it into a very positive and tell them that what was the reason. Maybe it was not suitable to you, maybe it was not upgrading your profile, or maybe you are not learning new things into that organization. Maybe there are so many reasons. Take it into a positive way and tell, just now I told you that in an interview, if they ask you about such things like it happened into your work experience, how did you deal that, you can tell that this gave me a great experience, that I should change myself, I should try to upgrade myself, that's why I have left the last job. Okay, like that. And also you can say that it taught me many new things to learn, and for that I have left the job. Okay. Next one is provide specific examples for your past experiences to, this was already discussed. Ask questions about the company and positions to show your interest and engagement. You can also ask that what is the position. Like for example, you have written that you want to be an IT manager. Instant, you can also ask that what can the best position to my qualification, if it is required. If you are not very clear about, or if you want to ask the relationship between you and the interviewer, maybe sometimes the rapport, if it is good, you can ask a few questions to them also. But see, keep it into your mind that it should be manageable, and also it should be according to the job requirement. Next one is a follow up with a thank you email, and also ask them that when can they expect their call, or when can they get a written mail, or when can they get the job joining call. So these are the few tips which you can do, and let us get into the don'ts part. Don'ts of an interview. Don't be late, that is very common. Late makes people very much irritating because they will be waiting for you and it is not right at all. Agreed? Yes. Next one is don't speak negative. Don't speak negative about anyone as well as yourself. For example, if you are late or you did not answer the question, you should not say that I am not good at listening. You can request them, please repeat once again. Can I hear it once again? Or I apologize for that, please repeat it. But you shouldn't say that I am not a good person, or I am not a good time manager, or I was late because of my laziness and all. Don't add such negative things. Negative will be always negative and it reflects to you. So next one is don't speak negatives, and also about former employees or your colleagues. Like for example, just now we discussed that if he asked that why you left your last job, you should not speak negative about your colleagues. You shouldn't speak in the sense that negativeness, I told you already, it reflects to us. So should not try to talk about them negatively, or else about anyone or any place where you worked, or the old company, like first company or second company or third company. Ever take anything negative into your mouth, and ever try to speak about such things. It won't sound good and professional as well. The very important thing, don't lie. Not at all try to lie. Be clear. be truthful. First of all, the major thing any company wants from the employee is that the employee should be truthful. He wants the loyalty from the employee, first of all. So please be truthful, and also exaggerate your qualifications or experiences. Like for example, your experience, don't write the fake experience that is practiced by some of the people. I have observed that. And don't write any fake experience, and don't write your fake qualifications also. It is totally dangerous. Don't try to attempt it also. Don't interrupt when there is an interviewer asking some questions. For example, whenever he is going to talk something, you're in so excited, you're so happy, you're interrupting. No, maybe you're happy, but it is not professional. So don't interrupt when the opposite person is talking to you, or else he is discussing with the other person. For example, in a panel, in a group interview, if they are discussing, don't try to interrupt in middle. Or else if he is asking some question, he just started one or two words, you are just interrupting in middle. Sorry sir, I want to tell something. Don't be excited on it. Just try to calm down. After the completion of the discussion or the dialogue, you can just continue by stating an excuse to them. So it sounds good, professional also. Don't use inappropriate language. Inappropriate language in the sense, like for example, you understood what is inappropriate language, but if the person, the relationship between you and the company or the organization is good enough, also don't take the ball into your court. Okay, it means that just kicking it out, and then maybe afterwards you are worrying that why I told such. So don't try to use any language which is not appropriate to the place or the event or the organization. So don't interrupt in middle, and also don't use inappropriate language, or make up jokes, or kind of smiling whenever some people are talking, like insufficient or glitchy kind of things shouldn't be done in a interview. Okay, don't use your phones. Especially don't use your phone, or don't be engaged with your laptop during an interview, or don't be engaged with your messages or chatting with someone when you're going for an interview, or the person is interviewing you. Next one is don't dominate the conversations or speak too much. It is very much observed that if you are getting that efficiency or comfort to talk in front of the people, you just talk too much, like anything you want to talk. It don't sound good. And also there is a problem among the people, like if they feel very much comfortable, they will be talking something, maybe they will talk negative about themselves. Don't do that. Don't ever try to do that. And the last tip which I would like to give you is that don't ask about salary or benefits too early into the interview. According to your comfort, you can ask. Already you have mentioned into your resume also. So don't always ask about what is my salary, and that kind of things. It don't look professional at all. It looks like you are in a hurry to get the salary, and it don't sound good also. So these are few tips, people. You can have a look on it. సో థ్యాంక్ యూ పీపుల్, అండ్ ఐ గెస్ దట్ మీకు ఇది చాలా బెనిఫిషియల్గా ఉండే. అండ్ ఐ గెస్ మీకు ఇంటర్వ్యూలో ఏం చేయాలి, ఏం చేయకూడదు, ఎలా ఉండాలి, డ్రెస్సింగ్ ఎలా ఉండాలి, రెజ్యూమ్ ఎలా ప్రిపేర్ అవ్వాలి, ఇన్ టైంలో ఎప్పుడు ఉండాలి, అండ్ రెజ్యూమే ఇచ్చాక ఇంటర్వ్యూ అయిపోయాక మీ మెయిల్ ఐడి మెన్షన్, హైలైటింగ్ ద మెయిల్ ఐడీస్. అండ్ ఆల్సో లాస్ట్లో నేను మీకు ఆల్రెడీ చెప్పాను, యూ షుడ్ ఆస్క్ దెమ్, అండ్ యూ షుడ్ ఆస్క్ దెమ్ వెన్ కెన్ ఐ హియర్ బ్యాక్ ఫ్రమ్ యూ through mail or a call. So this kind of expectations can be and should be done from your end. But don'ts కూడా బాగా గుర్తుపెట్టుకోండి. పాజిటివ్ అన్నారు కదా అని పాజిటివ్ ఒకటే గుర్తుపెట్టుకోవద్దు, నెగిటివ్ ఆల్సో గుర్తుపెట్టుకోవాలా. సో ట్రై టు మేక్ దట్. అండ్ ఇఫ్ యూ లైక్ ద వీడియో, ప్లీజ్ like the channel and also like the video. And if you have any doubts regarding interview, you can comment on it. Thank you.